magazine for the blind.
In fact, today's lesson isn't a big difference to the previous one, since we'll be discussing two more types of questions. In this lesson, you will be learning all about subject and object questions, as well as indirect questions. Okie dokie, let's get straight into the nitty-gritty of the lesson. Let's start off with subject and object questions. As you know by now, I suppose, the words who, which, whose and what are super commonly used in everyday English conversation and in both types of questions, in WH questions and in subject and object questions. Then, what is a subject question and what is an object question? Simply enough, subject questions ask about the subject in a sentence, which means who does the verb. On the contrary, object questions ask about the object in a sentence, and this means who receives the verb. So I'm going to give you two example questions, and you'll have to tell me which one is asking about the subject and which is asking about the object. Even you don't know the exact answer, you're not sure about the answer, but just give it a try and try to guess which one is asking about the subject and which one is asking about the object. Well, first question, what did she find on the train? What did she find on the train? Second question, what makes you happy? What makes you happy? Yes, try to guess.
Miss.
Is it the first one or the second one that is asking about the subject, or it is the second one or the first one that is asking about the object?
Miss.
Yes, Shirin.
Yeah. The first one asking about the subject.
Why? Can you tell me why?
Can you repeat the sentence?
Definitely, yeah. What did she find on the train?
Because you will answer she find.
What do you think the others about the first question? Is Shirin right, or you have another say?
Miss, I say object.
The first one?
Yes.
Sure?
Because she find what?
Okay.
Can I,
yes,
Miss?
Let me first, Jilan, listen to Abdulaziz.
Okay, Miss.
He wanted to speak before
In
you.
the second sentence, you said, what makes you happy, isn't it?
No, we are still with the first one, Abdulaziz. Do you agree with Shirin? What did she find on the train? What did she find on the train? What do you think?
She is the subject, but what did she find? So she should find something. That thing is object. So I'm not sure if we need what we question about or what.
Okay, I got your point perfectly well. Thank you, Abdulaziz. And let's hear Jilan. Yes?
I was talking you about the second sentence.
No. Tell
Okay.
me, what do you think about the first question? Does it ask about
she subject and
no question. What did she find on the train?
The sentence is subject.
The question is asking about the subject.
Yeah.
No. Good for you, Abdulaziz and Tala, and you've got +1 in the exam, both of you.
Can I say why I think to this is object?
Why?
Miss, because I need to, we need to object in this question.
Yeah, we are inquiring, asking about the
Yes.
object.
Yes.
She found what? So the first sentence or the first example question is asking about the object, not the subject. Excellent. Abdulaziz and Tala, thank you very much. What did she find? She found a wallet, for example. And a wallet here is the object of this sentence. Shirin, did you get it?
Yeah.
How about the second question? What makes you happy?
Miss
Yes.
subject. What
Why?
makes she happy? Because this things to happy is this subject to she's happy. The thing.
Okay, I got you. Thank you. And this is the correct answer. What makes you happy? Okay. It can be anything. Maybe reading a book makes you happy. Okay.
Learning language.
Yeah, good. Learning a new language can make you happy. Cooking can make some people happy. Is it clear?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very.
As you said, in the first example question, what did she find? What did she find on the train? Here, the question is inquiring about the object of the sentence. And what makes you happy? This is a question, a subject question, okay? I give you more examples about subject and object questions. We have, for instance, who owns this luxurious house? Who owns this luxurious house? What do you think?
Yes.
Can I?
Yes.
Miss, can I?
Yes, Abdulaziz?
Yeah.
It's asking about the subject.
The answer, what could be?
We can say Miss Roqaya owns this luxurious house. What was it?
Oh, lucky me.
Yeah. I hope so.
Thank you. Perfect. That's it, Abdulaziz. And this question is for you. This example is for you, Talar. Who did
Yes.
Anna visit last week? Who did Anna visit last week? Is it a subject or an object question?
Subject.
Why?
Because he or she visited her.
No. Yes, who wants to give it a try? Who did Anna?
Can I?
Yes?
Who did? Is asking about the subject because we can answer. She visited, for example, her grandmother.
And grandmother is the possible answer to this question,
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Good. What is the function of grandmother in this sentence? Is it a subject or object?
Object. Because.
Object.
Yeah, because it's coming
After the verb.
After the verb, yeah.
It's
Sorry.
receiving.
Yeah.
See, grandma. Okay. Anna's grandma is receiving the visit, the verb, the action.
Yeah.
It's an object. So it's an object question, not a subject question. Okay. Now it's time to give you some notes about some question words that we use to ask subject and object questions, such as what, who, okay, and which. Keep in mind that what is used to ask about things and who for people, and which is used when the choice of possible answers is limited. On the other hand, when the choice of possible answers is not limited, we use what. Again, I'll give you examples to illustrate the point. Example number 1. What caused the accident? We said we use the question word what. We use it to ask subject as well as object questions. And what is used when the choice of possible answers is not limited. This means that you have a number of choice, so many choices, okay, a number of choices, sorry, so many choices, so many answers to the questions. You are not limited to a particular number of answers, like if asking the question with which. So what caused the accident? Here there are possible answers to the questions, question, not, for example, 3 or 4 or a limited number of answers. However, if I say which film won the first prize, in this case, there's a limited number of films, and you have to choose one to be the right answer to this question. Is this okay?
Yes, it's okay.
Then I'm going to give you a top hack to help you distinguish between the two types of questions. I mean, subject and object questions. Keep in mind that object questions, the helping verb do, whilst subject questions don't. You've noticed that all the questions that asked about the object used the auxiliary do, and the questions that asked about the subject didn't use the auxiliary do. So the structure for subject questions is question word followed by a conjugated verb, and the structure for object questions is question word followed by do, does, or did, depends on the tense, followed by a verb. The question, what did she find on the train? If you notice, this one uses the auxiliary do in the past. So this is an object question. However, what makes you happy doesn't use the auxiliary do, and it doesn't use any other auxiliary, so it is a subject question. Again, to make the difference between subject and object questions, there's a little trick to apply. You have to examine the question. What does the question have? So if you find that your question has an auxiliary, do or whatever, then this is an object question. And if not, if the question doesn't have any auxiliary including do, then this one is a subject question. Is it okay?
Yes, it's okay.
No, miss. It's not okay.
You normally know the auxiliary do, the verb to do. Not a lot.
Miss, the last one It's not clear.
Yeah, I'm trying to explain it again.
Okay, Miss.
You know the verb to do.
Yes, Miss.
Salah, do you know?
Yes.
So the verb to do in English, we call it a helping verb, an auxiliary. And it is not the only auxiliary in the English language. We have so many others like have, to be, to have, will, can, all the modals, in fact. Okay?
Okay.
If your question has an auxiliary, including do, then this is an object question. This is just a hack, a tip, a quick tip to help you tell which one is the object question and which one is the subject question. So each question has to do is an object question, and each question that does not have any auxiliary, it is a subject question. What did she find on the train? Here we have the helping verb did in the past, to do in the past. So this is an object question. This helps you when you find to do. This helps you to, answer directly without thinking and doing other tests. Okay? And asking
Okay.
more questions. You can tell easily that this is an object question. Why? It does contain an auxiliary, do, have, be, or whatever. If not, the question does not contain or have an auxiliary, including do, then it is a subject. It's obvious that this one is a subject question. Does it make sense? Is it clear?
Yeah, Miss.
Okay. How about the others?
About me is clear.
Okay. Right, everybody, on to the indirect questions. In fact, people tend to use indirect questions to sound a bit more polite. And this doesn't mean that if using yes-no questions, WH questions, subject and object questions, this is a problem using them. But, as I said, it's just a question of politeness and formality. And using one type of questions or the other all depends on how formal or informal the situation is. Actually, each yes-no question has, or WH question, okay, each yes-no question or WH question has the indirect counterpart. This means that every single question in English, no matter what the type of the question is, can be yes, no, a WH, a subject question, or an object question. All these, we can ask them in another way, in an indirect way. I'll give you examples. For example, the most basic and common question, what time is it? This is a WH question. I can ask this very same question in an indirect way. For example, could you tell me what time it is? Okay, what time is it? This is a WH question. Could you tell me what time it is? This is an indirect question. Another example. When does the meeting start? When does the meeting start? Another WH question with the question word when. And the indirect question for this one is, or could be something like, would you mind telling me when the meeting starts? Would you mind telling me when the meeting starts? One last example. Can I use this computer? This is a yes/no question. And you can ask it indirectly like this. Do you know if I can use this computer? Do you know if I can use this computer? All right. It's time now to look at some important, very important points about indirect questions. First, indirect questions do not follow the normal question word order. They keep the statement word order. Example, what time is it? This is a WH question, and it follows, this WH question follows the normal question word order. This means WH question, WH word or question word, then noun, then is it. It reverses this question. In questions, normally in English, a verb precedes the subject. The verb should go before the subject when asking questions in English. This is the normal question word order. This is what do we mean by normal question word order. This means in English, questions are put in a particular order. We put them in a specific order that is not similar to the order of words in a statement. As I said, I have to reverse the order of subject verb. So in a question in English, the verb comes first, then the subject. However, in indirect questions, we must keep the statement word order. What time is it? This is a normal question word order. Could you tell me what time it is? Not is it. It is. And this is the statement word order. In a statement in English, in a sentence, we start with subject, then verb. Could you tell me what time it is? Clear?
Clear,
Yeah,
yes.
miss.
Second, indirect questions have two parts. The first part has one of these phrases. Have you an idea? Do you know? Could you tell me? And would you mind telling me? And so forth. And the second part consists of a question word and the information we want. Could you tell me what time it is? So the first part in this question is the phrase, could you tell me? The second part, what time it is. The question word what plus the information we are asking about, we want to know, to get. And third, indirect questions with yes/no words use if or whether, which are the same in meaning, but whether is just a bit more formal. You remember the example that uses a yes/no question. Can I use this computer? This is a yes/no question, a simple yes/no question. When turning it into an indirect question, we could say something like, Do you know if I can use this computer? We use the word if because it was a yes-no question before making it into an indirect question. That's why when changing yes-no questions into indirect questions, we have to put if or whether just after the phrases, do you know, would you mind telling me, could you, can you, have you an idea? And in meaning, if and whether are the same, have got the very same meaning, but the difference, there's a slight difference between them in terms of formality, and whether is more formal than if. You can also say, can I use this computer? Do you know if I can use this computer? Do you know whether I can use this computer? Clear? Do you have
Clear.
any questions?
Yes,
Yes, miss.
Leah. I don't have any question.
How about Susie and Jilan?
It's great, Miss Ruqya.
Okay, I'm glad to hear that. And that's it. That's
Yes, Miss,
everything.
clear.
Okay, great. That's everything about today's lesson. So time for exercises then. I've got 3 exercises for today. Exercise number 1, I'm going to give you a couple of questions and all you have to do is to tell me if it is a subject or an object question. Ready?
Yes.
Ready.
Ready.
Question number 1. Whose story won first prize? Whose story won first prize? Is it a subject?
Can I answer, Miss?
Yes.
It's a subject question
Why?
because we can answer, for example, Muhammad's story.
You got it right. Well done. Second question. Who has the boss sacked? What type of question is it?
Miss.
Yes, Tala. Can you think of a possible answer to this question? Yes, Jilan, Abdulaziz, Susie.
My brother. The boss has gave my brother.
Good. The boss has sacked my brother. Exercise number 2. This time, let's do the exercise backwards, shall we? This means I'm gonna give you a sentence and you turn it into either a subject or an object question.
Oh, that's
Okay?
great.
Talar and Abdulaziz, Shirin and Susie. The question is for you, Group A.
Okay.
The sentence, you have to turn this sentence into either a subject or an object question.
Mhm.
The USA president lives in the White House.
Okay.
The USA president lives
Present.
in
The White House.
the.
I'm gonna help you, give you a hand. It's a subject. It should be a subject question.
I think it doesn't have. Does it have object?
Who is the president
No.
in White
No,
House?
you have to
It's
discuss.
object.
Don't discuss with me. Discuss with.
Miss, should we change it to a question or
Yes.
Yeah, this is a
Yeah.
statement.
Oh.
Sentence.
Mhm.
Turn it into a
sentence.
question, and it is a subject question. It should be a subject.
Absolute subject.
The USA president lives in the White House.
Yes.
Who lives in the White House?
Who lives in the White House? This is subject.
Yeah. So where does US president live?
Yes. Where does?
But remember,
Oh,
if you ask the
oh.
question with where, it gives you the place, not and in the White House is an adverb of place, not an object.
So, but
They
we are asking about
leave us.
the up.
Leave us.
Okay,
Yes.
Abdulaziz,
Okay. What? Mhm.
if you say sorry, you said, where does the USA president live?
Live.
This is a perfect question, but this is a WH question, not an object question, neither an object question nor a subject question. Because if you answer, the USA president lives in the USA, in the White House, sorry. In the White House, you might think that in the White House is the object.
It
No,
is. I
this is
think it's
not
not the
right.
object. No. It is. This
No, it's an
sentence doesn't
adverb.
have any object.
It doesn't have any object because in the White House is an adverb of place. We call it in English.
Yes.
So the question must be a subject question. You
Subject
ask
question.
about the subject, not the object.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Mm.
You said it.
Yeah,
Subject.
but I was
The
confused
USA.
about
The
what
USA
Was
president. It's
then
a
I realized.
subject.
you used who, and it was correct.
Who
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Who
who
lives?
who lives
Who,
in the
who lives
White House?
in? Yes,
Who
correct.
lives?
Perfect.
Yes.
So, who lives in the White House? This is the question, and it is a subject question. The answer would be the USA president lives in the White House. Nice one. The question now is for you, Susie, and Shireen. You have to discuss the answer together.
Okay.
Turn this sentence into either an object question or a subject question. Alison loves Chinese food. Alison loves Chinese food. Alison loves Chinese food.
Who love Chinese food, Susie? I think.
It is right.
Yeah, it's correct. Our answer is who love Chinese food.
Who?
How
And the,
about the object?
Ruqya.
the object.
Not with me, Susie. With Shireen discuss.
Okay. Shirin. It is right. Who loves China's food?
Yeah.
Okay, it's right.
We can answer.
Yes?
What's her name, please, Miss?
Alison.
We can answer Alison.
Alison.
Yeah. What?
But it will be object.
Object?
Does Alice love China food? It's
No.
not right.
I said who?
Yes, who loves
Okay.
China food?
What's the answer? The final answer.
Who?
Who love
Who
Chinese
loves
food?
Chinese food?
Yes.
This is a subject question. Correct. Good. Alison loves Chinese food. But we have
Miss?
another possibility. You can ask.
With present simple, we add s to the verb, but when we change it to question, we have to delete the s, I think.
No, we don't, because when asking subject questions, we don't use the auxiliary. This is a very good question.
Okay.
You've made excellent point, Shireen. Thank you.
We can make the question another way.
You can discuss with me, not with Miss Ruqayya.
Okay, Shirin. Okay.
Yes, hurry up. We still have another exercise. Go ahead.
Make it to.
We can say.
We can
Shirin,
say, yeah.
which maybe now.
Yes, Susie.
What
Yeah.
love Alice now?
Does Alison love? Perfect.
Yeah.
Does Alison love? Alison loves Chinese food, and this is an object question. This
Yeah.
sentence you can make two questions out of it. It can
Yeah.
be a subject question. Who loves Chinese food? And this is a subject question. Alison loves Chinese food. And you can ask an object question. What does Alison love? Alison loves Chinese food.
I understood that we can't use does because it will be object.
Yeah, and this is an object question. Yes, Susie, that's correct.
Okay.
Exercise number 3. Now, I'm gonna give you questions, which they may be yes, no questions, WH questions, and you have to change them into indirect questions. Question
Okay.
number 1 is for you,
Okay.
Susie, because
For me and Shirin?
no, alone, because
Just
Abdulaziz.
you.
The question is that it is a WH question. How? How does this machine work? How does this machine work? Turn it into an indirect question.
Can you tell me how does the machine work? It's
Can you
right?
tell me how?
Yes.
Does the machine? No. You have a little problem with the second part of the question. We said during the lesson that indirect questions don't follow the question word order. This means you don't put the verb before the subject. How does this machine work? Can you tell me, you said? Huh?
Can you tell me how
Drop does.
Okay. Can you tell me how the machine works?
Perfect. Can you tell me how this machine works? Good. Salah, is he coming soon? This is a yes/no question.
Could you tell me he is? Could you tell me he's coming soon?
Perfect, but you forgot some little word.
If, can you tell me if he coming soon?
Perfect. Good for you. Well done. Nice job. Could you tell me if he is coming soon, or could you tell me whether he is coming soon?
Soon, yeah.
Shirin.
Yeah.
What did you find tough about it? What did you find arduous, difficult about it?
No, nothing.
Around. Okay, I'll give you one. Last one. Okay, Shirin?
Okay.
What day is today? What day is today? This is a WH question. Turn it into an indirect question.
Can you tell me what day is today?
But you are keeping the question form order. You are
Can you tell me
keeping the subject before. You are putting verb before the subject. You are keeping the normal question word order. You have to change it into a statement word order. Okay? What day is today? Okay? Verb is subject today. So you turn it into an indirect question. Or have you any idea?
Can you tell me? I don't know.
What?
Yes, who wants to give it a try before we end the
I.
lesson?
Me.
Me.
Can you tell me what day today is?
Perfect. Can you tell me what day today is? Shireen, what happens? Abdulaziz, I'll give you a sentence.
Okay.
Where did I leave my bag? This is the question, and it is a WH question. Where did I
So,
leave my bag?
where did I leave my bag? So, what should I do now?
This is a question, a WH question. Change it into an indirect question.
Where
Indirect
did
question.
I leave my question? So, do you have any idea where I left my bag? What was it?
Perfect.